It was the autumn of 2005. Lima Company was coming home from its famous deployment in Iraq, in which 23 members were killed. One of those coming home was Corporal Jason Dominguez. He became a face of Lima Company, talking to schools and soon after being offered a position to help other veterans.
Congressman Patrick T. Berry had offered me an amazing opportunity to come to Washington, D.C. and to serve on Capitol Hill in his congressional office as his military and veterans legislative aide. And I took that opportunity, and it kept me busy, kept me focused. It gave me a cause to fight for.
His career and life took off. Now married, he's the second in charge of the Ohio Department of Veterans Services and is an MBA student at The Ohio State University.
The best thing you can do is start creating good memories, start creating good experiences, get some victories behind you, in your life to help replace some of those memories that may not be so easy to deal with.
It was the most life-changing experience I've ever had. Death is noisy and messy. It's not like the movies. I saw some terrible, terrible things in Iraq.
Andrew Chambers is on the other end.
Iraq was hell.
He was a .50 caliber gunner on the turret of a Humvee.
You may be waving at people one day, then the next day come through and they're shooting at you, the same people. And it's difficult to be passing candy out to children one day and shooting their fathers the next.
While their experiences in Iraq were likely similar, they both came home from Iraq in 2005. Whatever Jason Dominguez did right when he came home, Andrew Chambers did wrong. That's why he's in prison.
I'd be fishing and drinking, or I'd be at a party and drinking, or I'd be at a bar and drinking, or I'd have dinner and drink. It's just alcohol was a part of my life every day.
Then came the bar fights, the nightmares, the anger.
Depression, like I'm deep depression over the loss of friends. I started seeing the anger and the nightmares, paranoia, and it all started spiraling out of control. You're up all night, with nightmares, not getting good sleep. My paranoia is beyond belief. I built a bunker out of my apartment. I had a weapon in every room of the house.
Andrew Chambers did seek out the help of the VA, where he was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. But somewhere between his first and second appointment, he went to a party and once again got in a fight.
I pistol whipped him and we started tussling. He's trying to grab at the gun. We're both jerking at the gun. And the gun went off and fired around through the floor.
Now he's in year 3 of a 10-year sentence for attempted murder at Warren Correctional Institution in Lebanon, Ohio.
Some guys come home, they've got wives, they've got children, they've got jobs, they come back to some sort of life. I came back, I was unemployed living in my mother's basement. I felt like I had no focus. What job could possibly even seem worthwhile after you've fought a war?
I think a lot of veterans are finding that it's difficult to transition to civilian life.
There are enough vets who are ending up more like Andrew Chambers than Jason Dominguez that Daniel Hutchison, an Iraqi combat vet himself, is starting the Ohio Combat Veterans Organization. We caught up with him this past weekend at Mott's Military Museum when founder Warren Motts was giving him a private tour. Hutchison's organization is meant to keep vets away from the bars and individually try to help them put their lives back together.
I was a medic in Iraq, and I've done it all, and it was kind of upsetting to find out that what I did in Iraq didn't carry over at all to the civilian side. At best, I could get a job making $8 an hour in the back of an ambulance, putting on Band-Aids and taking vital signs.
Jason Dominguez with the Ohio Department of Veterans Services is also trying to help with that process.
One of the biggest challenges that veterans have when they come home from combat is translating their experience in the military and what they did and translating that to a civilian job.
Something that came too late for Andrew Chambers, a soldier from Pickerington, Ohio, who enlisted immediately after 9/11 and is still suffering to this day.
I wasn't a bad apple. I was Soldier of the Year for my battalion in Iraq, made rank fast, stayed out of trouble, you know what I mean, was going to college, had my life in front of me, and just one night it all went bad.